everybody. Good evening and welcome to the Kingstons at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. While you guys are getting set up there, I'm going to log into my computer so I can read your comments. Dawn is going to read aloud your comments. Once I get started, give me a shout, let me know that you're here. Okay, let me log on also. We can all be here together. I'm very excited to be with you guys tonight. I'm feeling better, by the way. So, okay, let's see. I've turned it on. We're doing live. No, we're scrolling. There we are. Okay, good. I see my... Hey, Jean. Okay, good. So people are joining us. Just a reminder, this is Facebook Live, so I will be saying hi to people. So give me a shout if you're on. If you've never watched before, let me know. Say hi. I'm very excited about this class, and I have a cute little fun something at the end, something brand new that I'm going to show you, and some treats. Hey, Patricia. I am actually feeling much better. Apparently it was a combo of allergies and possibly asthma, so I'm taking lots of good medication, and I'm having a little bit of a drink this evening. So we'll let everybody get on. I know I'm very excited about these globes. For those of you that are Terry, what are you doing? Hey, Dina. For those of you who have been following me for a while, I taught this globe class, I think 8 times this spring and summer, all over the country. Missouri, Indiana, Florida, I think, up in Maryland, here in Kentucky. So, and everyone was like, oh, I would love to do that with you. I wish you would do a class. So here we are doing a class. Terry, what's going on? Hey, Marlene. So I want to show you some of the options. I've also linked to where you can find them on the title of this Facebook Live. You can also find them on 1canoe2.com. The reason I didn't give you guys like, oh, and the dogs are here, so we might get a little visit. The reason I didn't give you like 2 weeks notice and say buy all this stuff is because 1canoe2 has so many choices that I wanted you to see them in person before you decided that's Baloo. He's had quite a day today. Before you, excuse me, pick the one you wanted, I wanted you to see them in person and see how easy they are to put together. So let me show you what we got. 1canoe2 for a while had 6 globe choices. Now they've got 8, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So these 3 are some of my favorites. I have to say, I think this one is my all-time favorite, and this is actually the one I'm going to be making tonight. Hey Desiree, hey Diane. So this one, it's this beautiful floral design. I think this one is my favorite, but I am torn. I love an actual globe. So this is the continents globe that they've got. Then we have this great sort of black gingham, which I think is great for little boys' rooms. I'm going to talk about some ideas I've had for these. They have a constellation. They have, let me actually flip this box around. I don't know if you guys can see right there. So those were the 6 original choices. And I'll tell you about the other ones later. So this is how it comes. It comes in a box. It doesn't look big enough to hold a globe. So I'm going to put this one together. But before I do, I want to talk about sort of some options you have when buying these. If you're somebody that loves to give customized baby gifts or wedding gifts, this is for you, especially if you have a Cricut, because you can customize these to any way you want. So 1canoe2 has rub-ons that you can, these really fun gold rub-ons that you can put on your globes, but you also could customize it yourself with vinyl and like put the baby's name or put the couple's name and decorate it as you want to. So that's what I think is really special about these, is you can kind of mix and match the globe parts and your own custom pieces to decorate them however you want. So I'm going to set these aside over here. How are we doing, Don Kingston? A little beverage. Okay, so 1canoe2, as I said, has embellishments that you can buy. They're flowers. They've got several different sets of flowers. I'm going to hold these up. Look at how thick these are. So these are like 3 and 4 layer flowers, and then they have little pearls in the center. So these are really great stickers, and they're made of like a heavy cardstock, and then they've got the puffy adhesive on the back. So they've got sort of this blue-green set, and then they've got, I've used so many of them I don't have any left. They've got this sort of yellowish peachish set. This is the one that I'm going to use today. They also have, which I've used up because I love it so much. See this garland right here? I'll talk about that in just a second. So they have a garland set that has enough in the package to make 2 globes. So it fits all the way around equidistant. You cut it in half. It fits all the way around the equator, as you would say. And I'll show you how to put that on in just a bit. So it also has these really great thick butterflies. So they've got a lot of cool choices, but here's the thing. Like I said, you can mix and match what you've got at home. So these are little teeny tiny flowers that I bought like in bulk at Michael's. These are some paper flowers that I bought at Michael's. These are some really cute puffy sticker hearts. I want to say they're from Bella Boulevard. I'm not 100% sure. I'll find out, tell you. But, and then I've got like little sequins. So you can, all those onesies, twosies of embellishments that you have laying around that you don't know what to do with, this is what you do with them. This is where you put them. So I'm going to take my globe out of the box. And how's everybody doing on the Facebook thing?
Lots of eyes.
Okay. If you guys have any questions while I'm going.
Jean says they're Bella hearts.
Thank you, Jean. I felt like they are. Bella's made some really cool puffy stickers lately. So you pull it out of the box, and it looks like this. Comes sort of like this. So here's another great tip. Each globe comes with a base. Some of them are copper, some of them are gold, some of them are black. If you don't like the color of the base it comes with, just spray paint it, because then you can customize it to whatever you want. So this one is the gold, and then this one, let me see if I can hold this up so you guys can see the difference. This one is the copper, and this one is the gold. Do you see a little bit of a difference? So that's, and then the third choice is black. But you can always spray paint it if you don't like the color. So your globe's gonna come in 2 halves. Sometimes this black centerpiece, and we're all girls, I mean, we're not all girls here because Dawn is here. Some other people might be here. But I sometimes use my chest as a thing, as a balancing whatever mechanism, so it is what it is. So the globes come with this little plastic ring in the middle. Sometimes it comes attached, sometimes it doesn't. So it's got a ridge, so you just set the first piece inside and it'll sort of lock into place. Then you take the second globe. Some of the globes, the pattern doesn't matter because it's random. This globe, the continents globe, for example, the constellations globe, it does matter because the pattern actually lines up. Hey, Michelle and Jill. Yes, it is live right now. Hey, Judy. Girl, we are live. Live all night. I was saying to Don, we've become such older people that at 7:15 I was like, God, I should have done this earlier. I'm tired. So, see how this has a pattern on it, and I want the patterns to line up. So I'm going to sort of rotate the globe around until I feel like, is that right now? So you turn it, that's not right. I think I had it right like the first second. There we go. So you can see that the pattern's lined up, and you can kind of roll all the way around to make sure that you've got the pattern exactly the way you want it. Now, again, some of these will matter right side up or upside down. Some don't. This one, thank you, Blue. Welcome. Sometimes, or some of them it doesn't matter. For this one, it doesn't matter right side up or upside down. Buddy, do you want to come in here? Blue. No. Okay. So there are 2 pieces to the globe base. There's this little half circle, and then there's the actual base. So decide which is right side up. You're going to insert the top part first into this little hole right here. This right here, this next part, is the most difficult part of the globe making. So you're going to snap this bottom piece, and it sort of stretches out because it's plastic. You're going to snap this in, but do not hold it here, because when it snaps into place, it will snap your finger. So be sure that your fingers are not, see under there, that's a no. This is a yes, this is a no. So you're going to go ahead and just line it up right in there. So this bottom part right here goes into this part of the base right here. So you just lay it down on the table, and you can push hard. You're not going to break anything, so go ahead and push hard and it'll snap right in. So now you've got the base of your globe all put together. And see, it rotates. I mean, just by itself, this is the coolest thing ever. So, then here's where we get a little creative. 1canoe2 has some great gold rub-ons. Hello, Life is Lovely, Wanderlust, Over the Moon. Oh shoot, they have some other ones that I can't. Let's see if they're in here. Dream. And so you can pick one of those, or you can make your own. If you have a die cutting machine, and you know how to use vinyl, you could do it with cardstock, but vinyl is going to be easier because you're working on a non-flat surface. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Now I want to show you something if you guys can see. The plastic on here, I don't know if you guys, there you go. The plastic on here is a little bit wrinkly. And for those of us who are, there you go, longtime Cricut users and vinyl users, you're like, that's not right. It is right, because it makes it easier to put the rub-on a non-flat surface. So, another tip. If you are doing, so this says hello, but then it's got two butterflies that are not attached. Here's another example. This one says Life is Lovely. When it comes in the package, it's straight across like this. So if you want to somehow separate your phrase or separate your word, cut it before you do anything else to it. So I want to go ahead and cut my butterflies away from my hello. So see, got that one, got that one. Okay. So then you're going to take you can use a popsicle stick. I've got my little Cricut scraper, but you can use any, like you could use a wooden spoon, whatever you got that tickles your fancy. When I taught this class, I just handed out popsicle sticks and you use that. So you're going to take that, flip your rub-ons over so that the white part is facing up. Baloo really enjoys this part also. And you're going to, for those of you who haven't been with me before, hello and thank you. We have two Great Danes, and one of them is 7 and the sweetest little girl in the world, and one of them is 2 and is kind of a jerk face, but we love him anyway. That's him barking. He's a treasure. Oh, Desiree, they have them at Joann. Okay, good. Jean, you do not need any glue. You might need some glue dots a little later on in the process, depending on the embellishments you use, but up to this point, no glue. It all sticks together. It's so good. Hey, Jill. Okay, so, Melly, what's going on, my friend? Okay, these earrings, people, go to Walmart. They have an entire section of, like, bobbly, what's the word I'm looking for, babe? The fabric, the thread. It'll come to me in a second. It's been a very long day. The dangly earrings that I have. What are they made out of? Tassels. Tassels. They have tassel earrings. They have these. $4 a pair. $4 a pair. Anyway, go to Walmart and get some earrings. So I'm going to go ahead, rub this. If you're familiar with how to use rub-ons, this will all look very familiar to you. Once you feel like you've rubbed it enough, you're going to peel. Are you going to peel this off? Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, there we go. So you're going to peel it off. Here's another, again, if you're familiar with using rub-ons or vinyl, this will seem easy to you. If you're not, here's a great tip. Instead of trying to peel it apart like this, lay it down on the table and pull the top away. See how the bottom is sticking to the plastic? That's what you want to have happen. So just hold the white paper part as close to the plastic as possible, and that's going to make it peel off a little bit easier. And you can go slower if you need to. You can also rub it a little bit more if you need to, but just go slow and keep the paper low to the plastic, and that's going to give you exactly what you need. So then you just have to decide where you want it on your globe. Another reason why I feel like I'm playing favorites. Another reason why I really like this flower globe is because, oh, they also have a black wildflower globe that is gorgeous. It's got a lot of nice open spaces. The same with this. I mean, you can put anything you want to anywhere. The only trick with the continents globe is a lot of people struggled with, well, I don't want to cover up a certain continent. Well, I'm not sure where I want to put it. So think about that before you decide what globe you want to get. I apologize for the dog. He just really wants you to know that he's having an enjoyable evening. So I'm going to try to do this maybe sideways. I'm going to stand up a little bit. I am wearing pants, so we're all good here. I'll tell you a funny story about HSN in a second. So you lay this down, and again, because it's wrinkly, it's going to actually work a little bit better for laying it flat to the surface of the globe. So you just want to lay it on there pretty delicately. You don't want to smush it right on right away, because you're going to start in the middle and work your way out. You can use your scraper, your popsicle stick. I actually like to just use my fingers because I can sort of get a feel for it as I'm rubbing it on. And then you just sort of work in one direction. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but the plastic is actually wrinkling as I put the vinyl down. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. The plastic wrinkles so the vinyl doesn't, if that makes sense. Let me back it up. Just rub it with my fingers. And it actually goes on. And see, then you can just lift up the end a little bit if you need to. Rub, rub, rub. And see, this plastic is sort of all over the place. There you go. You can see, that's exactly what's supposed to happen. You guys enjoying this super close up of my face? Or my neck, or whatever you're looking at, top of my head. So you just keep pressing. And again, see how the plastic is all bubbling up there? That's exactly what's supposed to happen. You're doing it right if it's doing that. So you just rub. Okay. So then, once it's where you want it, again, you just gently peel, keep the plastic close to the globe, and pull back. And then you can sort of lay it down if you need to. And now, you've got hello. So, you always want to put the rub on or the vinyl on first. It's the biggest piece. It's sort of the focal point of your globe. So you want to do that first. Then, hi, Fizzy V. Here comes our old Dane. She might be too scared to come over here because there's plastic. So, vinyl rub on first and foremost, number one. The second thing you want to do, if you are going to do this garland, the little banner pieces around the center, you want that to be the second thing you put on, because you may want to add embellishments to the top of it. My tip when you're doing this, see how that goes? I just put mine around the equator. You can do it differently if you want to. I just find it easier to follow a straight line. This is where Jean asked before about needing adhesive. This is where you're going to need adhesive for the first time. You want to go ahead and attach it. Decide where the back of your globe is going to be. You want to attach one of the banner pieces with a glue dot on the back. Then what you want to do is go maybe every, let's see if I can hold this up, third or fourth. So this banner piece has a glue dot underneath it. This one does not. This one does not. So see how they're sort of lifting off? You want it to look like they're hanging. You want it to look natural. So I only put a glue dot about every third or fourth banner piece, because then it doesn't look so rigid and stiff. It sort of hangs a little bit more naturally. So you want to put the garland on next. So first the vinyl piece, then the garland, then is a free-for-all, essentially. Just as I do with everything else, I start with the bigger embellishments first. You guys aren't looking at whatever's happening here. Hey, Tana. You always want to put the bigger embellishments first. It's sort of like that story about you put the big stones in the jar, then you put the little stones in the sand. You want to put the bigger embellishments on first, because then you can fill in the blanks with the smaller pieces. So I'm just literally going to take, again, the great thing about these 1canoe2 flower embellishments, and for those of you that came a little bit later, look at how thick and awesome those are. They're individually layered, and then they've got like a pearl with a silver base in the middle of each one. They're awesome. And it's got a big old fat piece of foam tape in the middle. So again, no adhesive. So I'm just going to sort of pick a couple places and stick these on. Here's another tip. The reason all of these are cut in half is because they come in, an entire set. When I was teaching these classes, I found that the whole sets were almost too much. Because the truth is, once you've picked the focal point where you're going to have your word, you're not, and start putting on the big embellishments, you don't need to fill up the whole globe because no one is ever going to see the back. It's always going to be facing out this way. So I don't need to waste time and money putting stuff back here because no one's ever going to see it. So you can focus on, use fewer big embellishments, focus on the open spaces. Put one down here. Get a couple butterflies. I love the butterfly set that they have. Add one of those over here.
Desiree likes the colors.
I think Desiree loves the colors. I love the colors too. Everything coordinates beautifully. That's what I love about it. Here's a tip for the butterflies. The butterflies are flat stickers, but once you get them on, you can lift the wings a little bit and give yourself a little bit of 3D-ness. I'm just going to turn this towards me, and I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes and add stuff. But this is actually a great project for kids, tweens especially, who want to girls who want to decorate their rooms. This would be amazing because it doesn't involve cutting, it doesn't involve a hot glue gun, it doesn't involve all that stuff. It literally snaps together. You add the embellishments and go. Let me add. I'll add another butterfly down here. Okay, and then, so once you've added the big pieces, then you can go ahead and fill in with the little pieces. This is where you're going to need glue dots of some kind or liquid glue if you want. I actually prefer glue dots because trying to use liquid glue on something that is not flat means you have to sit there and hold it for a while, and I'm not doing that. That's not good for me. So like I said, I got these paper flowers from Michael's. My tip with using paper flowers is put the glue dot where you want it on the item instead of on the back, because these are so fine and they're so porous that sometimes if you put the glue dot on the back, it will come right back off on your finger with some of the stuff on the back of the flower. So here's my glue dots. So again, I'm just going to take a couple of these. See, I almost made the same mistake. So I take the glue dot, put it on my finger. I'm going to put it right here. So I just lay the glue dot down. And then I take my paper flower and stick it on. So that's a very easy way to use paper flowers. Also with these little teeny tiny nubbies, which I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me put on. These are so small and are almost impossible to put on unless you put the glue dot on the globe first. So that's another key. So I could put the small flowers on. I've also got these great puffy hearts. They're small enough that they will lay flat onto the surface of the globe. So, like I can put it right there and see it lays flat. So think of all the embellishments that you've got at home. Yes, get the 1canoe2 globe. Yes, get their great fun embellishments, but you don't need to buy 1,000 of their embellishments because you can, sorry 1canoe2, I love you very much, because you can add your own as well. So you just keep building and building and building and building until you have a globe that makes you ridiculously happy, and then your project is finished. Isn't this the greatest? So this whole thing took me, how long have we been on, babe? We don't know what we're doing. 20 minutes. So we've been on 20 minutes and I've pretty much finished this globe. And I was talking to you at the same time. So this is something that can be done quickly. This is a great like girls' night out idea. Remember that you have lots of different choices. Now I want to show you the most awesome thing ever. So I said they had 6 choices. Don and I, very long story short, very small world. 1canoe2, those of you might not know, Don Kingston on the side has a men's stationery company. 1canoe2 manufactures the cards for us. So I knew them before they started doing this for American Crafts, and of course I know American Crafts. So anyway, so Don and I were in Missouri at a meeting with 1canoe2 about our cards, and they had just gotten in what they told me at the time was their new globe, and it's a chalkboard globe. So it's all black with this chalkboard finish, and it's awesome. And I was like, oh, that's great. So then I was doing some research for it, and we talked to them probably once a week. And they know how much I love the globes because I taught the globes 7,000 times this summer. So I was doing research on this, and guess what? Guess what else they have? Mm-hmm. Yes. It's a pink continence globe for Christmas. You know why it's for Christmas? Look it. It says, can you see? Oh, where's the glare? Dang it. It's the North Pole. Look at it. And it's got little snowflakes all over it. Can you see the snowflakes? Look at how amazing this is. This is just like brand new come out. If you love this, I can tell you a secret. I posted the link to scrapbook.com. Blue's very excited also. I posted the link to scrapbook.com. They only had 7. So if you wanted, I would get on that. But look at how cute this is. And so in addition to being pink and having that, it comes with, oh my God, I just love it so much. It comes with this sleigh and magnets so that you can like set the magnets down and your kids can follow where Santa is on the globe on Christmas Eve. Is this not the cutest thing ever? So here's another thought I had. Of course we're using this for Christmas, but then you could use this same idea once Christmas is over. Stick a big old flower up there. Stick some littler flowers over the snowflakes, and you could have a pink globe, everyday globe for your house. I love this pink globe so much. I'm mad at 1canoe2 for not telling me about it, but this makes me ridiculously happy. So this, in fact, is their newest globe. Hey, Marla. Hey, Iva.
Cherie says she's here too.
Hey, hi, Cherie. So,
And
Don's doing a fantastic job of...
lots of people love the Christmas globe.
Oh, good. I love the Christmas globe, too. So if scrapbook.com sells out, I think they have a notify me or whatever so you can get it when it gets back in stock. How cool would this be for a Christmas gift? If you have nieces or nephews or grandkids, this would be perfect. It comes together in just a few minutes, something you could do together. So these are my globes. So now I'm looking at, look at all these globes I got sitting in front of me on the table. So, my tips as I leave you with all these globes. Pick the one, now that you've seen a lot of them up close and in person, pick the one that you think works best for you. If you have a die cutting machine and are familiar with vinyl, you can easily make your own custom words and phrases. Buy the fun 1canoe2 embellishments, but you can also use your own. And the great thing again about this is, like the flower one I just did, it uses pinks and greens and whites and like a mustard yellow. You have those embellishment colors at home. This isn't some crazy color scheme that you've never seen before. So you can use those onesies, twosies. For little boys, I love this gingham one. And I also love this globe one. Remember, if you're thinking about either of these globes, that you want to think about where you're going to put the phrase, because some people had trouble figuring it out because they didn't want to cover up the continent. So that's my only piece of advice. But these are fantastic. They make great gifts. They look great in your craft room. If you're a teacher, these would look amazing. Oh, this would also be a great teacher gift. Like, put the teacher's name on here. There's so many good gift ideas. Anyway, hey, Diane. So these are from
Someone's house for Thanksgiving.
1canoe. You could take this as a thank you gift if you're going to someone's house for Thanksgiving. Oh, this would be a cute centerpiece. Don Kingston came up with that, as a matter of fact. He knows so much more about crafts than he wants to. Diane, these came from 1canoe2 is the name of the company. I put the links. You can get them on scrapbook.com. You can get them on amazon.com. You can also get them on 1canoe2.com. Someone earlier said, oh, the constellation one is good. Carmen, that's such a good idea. The constellation globe would be perfect for her. And she says it would love geeky husband. I agree. I think it's darling. Someone told me this earlier today that they saw them at the home store. We just got a home store here in Elizabethtown, so I don't know if everybody has that. And someone else said she saw them at Joann. So I will do some research and see if they're online at Joann, and if so, I'll post a link. But they're pretty easy to find either on Amazon or scrapbook.com. I will research some other places, but I know Don Gigs and Desiree says you're very clever, babe. Oh, Jackie, what a great idea, an office gift exchange. Oh, that's such a good idea. Even if you didn't want it to put it together, you could put like a kit with a rub-on and the flowers. Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, good idea. And, oh, you guys are so good. Great for nieces. We have 9 nieces and nephews, and we have multiple godchildren. We had some friends here for a long weekend, and it was supposed to be to hang out at our pool, but it rained all weekend, and how old's the boy do? 8. Boyd is 8, their son. And I had some of these out for work, and I thought, this kid, there's no way this kid's going to want to do it. And he said, I want to make one of these. And we sat on the floor in here, and he put it together, and we just had the best time. So kids of all ages, boys and girls, husbands, friends, this is a great project. If you have any questions, shoot them to me. I think the Kingstons and Blue may need to take a Benadryl and go to sleep because that dog, oh, now he's barking outside at the neighbors. So I appreciate you guys very much. You are the first to know we're going to have surprise craft hours on the 29th on HSN. I will post about that later on. Craft Day is October 3rd. Anna's going to have the maker as the today's special. I'm going to be on with a ton of Diamond Press stuff if you love Diamond Press, and also some other goodies that I can't tell you about because they're brand new. So I will post all about that later on in the week. But thank you guys for coming. I hope everybody got their questions answered. If you didn't, please post them and I will be happy to answer. It's a pink Christmas globe with the North Pole on it. Could be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Don Kingston says we're done. Bye.